Hey everybody, and welcome to Bumblebee Doll Rehab. So I have a really fun thing that happened to me this weekend. I had somebody contact me about some dolls that they had. This is a person I didn't even know that had heard that I did some doll rehab. So I got a pretty large collection of both antique baby dolls as well as some vintage Barbie dolls. So this is part one of my vintage haul, and I'm just going to walk you through some of my dollies I got. This one are some that don't need a whole lot of work. So I separated all the dolls out to dolls that did need a lot of work versus dolls that could be cleaned up pretty easily. These dolls are all going to be listed on my Etsy shop, which is Bumblebee Doll Rehab, all one word, after I clean them up. So I'm going to get started. I'm going to start with my guys. So the first one we have here is a wonderful G.I. Joe character. He has his original flocking, which is all pretty well intact. The only thing that's wrong with him is his joints are a little loose, which is pretty common for G.I. Joes. They got a lot of play, and his clothes are in really good shape. What basically all I need to do for him is clean him up. You can see he has an original sticker. He has his original shoes, and most of his flocking is intact. There's just a missing piece right there. He's got a really cool scar. So this is really kind of an interesting dude. So I'm just going to clean him up and get him listed on my Etsy shop. All right, next up, I'm going to introduce in a pair. So I have two of the original Malibukins, both of which are in okay condition. This guy, his shorts are faded on the front, so he was definitely played with in the sun. And this one has some kind of staining on his shorts. I'm not sure what that is, but I bet I can get it cleaned up. It looks like some glue. There's also some discoloration here on his legs, which was really common for these dolls in the 60s just because of what they were made out of. You can see their faces, excuse me, are in really good shape. I'm going to touch up his eyebrows just to give him, get him back to his original shape, as well as this guy here. Okay, so up next, we have another Ken doll. This is actually, I believe, I could be wrong, but if my research has proven me correct, this is a 1961 Ken. The reason I'm thinking that is because he has flocked hair. And as my research showed, they switched to the molded hair, like what the Malibukin has. He has that molded hair versus the flocked hair. So flocking is that really fine powder. Sorry, I knocked my camera. It's just a really fine powder that's used and glued down onto the Ken's head. So he has some issues. His outfit is original, but his arm keeps detaching. But if you look, his outfit is an original Ken outfit, which I love that they put the clothing labels on. That has helped me in my research a lot. So you can see that these clothes are just really well made. They have the metal hardware, the metal zippers, really great. So his clothes just are really discolored, especially on the back. So I'm just going to wash this up and get him cleaned up. His face is really dirty, but the paint is really great. You can tell that everything's like just beautiful. And there's only one piece of flocking missing right there. So I was super excited for this doll. But like I said, he needs a little bit of work. All right. Next up, we have Brad. And Brad was introduced, I believe, in the 70s. I am not an expert on Barbies, so Barbies are not typically my wheelhouse. So these are all brand new, and I have done a lot of research. But I believe Brad was introduced as the boyfriend to Christy. Christy I will talk about later, but I believe he was introduced in the 70s, which he's got that really awesome deep V shirt, which I believe these are original clothes, but again, I can't be 100%. Let's see what his tag says. I haven't even looked. No, he's a Hong Kong doll, which Hong Kong dolls, I guess, are less valuable, but still, he was made in the 70s. He is a 1969 stamped doll. It's really hard to see these. I have to use my flashlight on my phone to really see these stamps. He's a 1969 doll. Was when basically this body mold was copyrighted. Doesn't necessarily mean that he was made in 1969. So again, his face is really great paint. He's just really dirty. I mean, you can see like in the tufts of his hair, it doesn't really want to focus there. There we go. The tufts of his hair, there's just a bunch of dirt in there. So I'm going to give him a really nice cleaning. I'm going to get him all cleaned up. So my last guy is not a Mattel Barbie, but he's pretty cool. It is the Fonz from Happy Days. And he is in excellent condition. He's a lot smaller than the Barbies. I don't know exactly how tall he is, but I'm going to guess like 9 inches-ish. His clothes are all in really good shape. He's a really cool doll. He has his original shoes, his original clothes. And he actually has a switch in the back that will get him to do his thumbs up, which is super cool. I thought that was really neat. So he does the A. So yeah, I thought this was a cool doll. He doesn't need a lot of help. He is very clean. I'm just going to give his vinyl, his hands, a quick wipe down. He's in great shape. I'm shocked. I believe this is a 1960s doll. No, maybe 1970s. So cool. There's the Fonz. All right, so that does it for the guys. Next up are just a handful of my girl dolls. So I got a ton of Barbies. I mean, just a ton. And I have been doing tons of research to figure out who all these dolls are. The first ones, I'm going to have a really hard time parting with. I'm probably going to keep one of these. I just don't know which. I have 3 different Christies. So Christy was introduced as Barbie's friend. I can't remember what year she was introduced. I want to say late 60s. And she was actually the first African-American sized Barbie-sized doll. So, and she's just gorgeous. I mean, oh, I'm going to have a really hard time parting with her because she has, I don't know if you can see, she has rooted eyelashes. Her face paint is just gorgeous. Like, I just can't even. She has her original tag. It is tearing a little bit. I'm trying really hard to keep that intact. Her legs are a little scuffed up, but this doll really, all she needs is just a quick cleaning, and I'm going to kind of fluff her hair and get it back to the original glory, give her face a nice clean. If you can see here, she has beautiful blushing that is still there. I just can't even believe how beautiful her face is. So she does have a couple flaws, but I am going to try to restore her back to her original glory. So there's that one. And then this is the Talking Christy. I don't believe this is the original outfit this doll had from what I was seeing. She does have the pull string. It doesn't work. And I don't think that I am going to restore that. That's just not something that is in my skill set. So this would be a great doll for someone who knows how to do that. But I am going to clean her up and get her on my Etsy shop. And another one, I'm not sure which Christy this is. I'm not sure. So you can see this Christy has the black hair. She has red. This doll, it looks like she's the UK version because the UK version looked very similar to this on the doll identification sites that I was on. But then I also read that Christy's hair is prone to oxidation, which would cause it to turn red. Which I love the red. Like, it is so awesome. This doll is just amazing. But you can see right next to each other, I just can't imagine how that black hair would oxidize to this rich of a color that's so consistent. So if anybody knows, I had a hard time finding this. So if anybody watching knows about Christy and her red hair versus her black hair, I would love for you to leave a comment. I really love this Christy. Her haircut is so sassy. I am also a short haired girl, so the fact that she's rocking this sassy pixie cut, it just speaks to my heart. So I love Christy, and I'm going to have a hard time parting with these dolls. And like I said, I might have to keep one of them, and I just don't know which one I want because I love them all. I do have a pretty small personal doll collection. I mostly like to clean dolls up and get them new homes. I enjoy restoring dolls more than collecting them. So I just like to find unique dolls. The last one that I have that is a Barbie is Skipper. I had a hard time identifying Skipper because I grew up, so the Skippers that I played with are from the early 90s. And this is just such a far stretch from that. She just looks so incredibly different. Actually, I was going to say, no, I don't have one close by, but she's just looks very, very different. So Skipper is Barbie's teen sister. This Skipper is, I believe, Quick Curl Skipper. She still has her hairband on to protect her. So this doll looks like she's straight out of the box. This is her original outfit for the Quick Curl, and it is in excellent shape. We have some fraying here, but that's just from the seam from inside. All that needs to do is just kind of be tucked in. She does have her band, but it's torn off. It was like that when I got it. She just is a little dusty. Her outfit is just kind of dingy from probably being displayed, quite honestly. But she's, like I said, she still has that original plastic. She does have the undercurl in her hair still. You can see there. So this doll has been displayed straight out of the box. I believe she does have the turn, the twist and turn body. So she does have the waist that turns. Okay. So the last doll that I have is actually not a Barbie, but it is made by Mattel. This is a Sunshine Family doll. She is one of the moms, and I just think she's adorable. So these were made also in the 1960s and 70s. She's just really cute. I wish I had more of these dolls. I don't. She does have bendable, jointed legs, which is pretty uncommon at that time. None of my other dolls have those. And again, I can't remember. I'll post on the video when I edited the year. 1973. So she's a 70s doll. So I guess some of the dolls were having some joints. I just moved her and her arm fell out. So looks like I'm going to have to fix that. That one moves, but this one needs to be fixed. So there's a couple things I have to do. All these dolls' hair, they're pretty dry. As you can imagine, but I'm going to get her brushed out. And I would love to get more of these dolls because they're just adorable. Their eyes are really cute. Their face molds are not as, I'll compare her to a Skipper. They're about the same size. But Skipper's face is much more realistic to where this is definitely more animated, cartoon-like, which I'm usually drawn to. So there's that. That is one of the moms from one of the Sunshine Family doll collections. There's multiple different types of families with different, age children, that sort of thing. So there's that one. So kind of pull these all out just so you can see again what this part one of this haul looked like. I am kind of categorizing and inventorying all of these dolls as I go through and inventory them. I'm going to start rehabbing them in really small groups like this. And I'm going to post a YouTube video. Post a YouTube video, and then I'm going to rehab them and then take after pictures, and then I'm going to post them on my Etsy store. I will also be keeping up with these as their works in progress on my Instagram, which is also Bumblebee Doll Rehab. You can follow me there. There are links to both of those in my the description of this video. So I'm really excited to start working with these, and I will just kind of keep everybody updated via Instagram and YouTube. All right, great. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Bye.